Guys, welcome to the channel. Today we're going to be talking about what would happen if you invest $1,000 into Saitama right now before this major storm that is about to come. Okay, because if you guys aren't already aware, in the last 24 hours we've seen Saitama jump up 40%. Okay, and we're going to see this, in my opinion, jump up at least another 100% or even more, okay, because what's coming is absolutely massive, okay, and I want to share with you guys in this video what is due and everything that's going to happen. As always, guys, you know, this is just my opinion, so I'm not a financial advisor at all. It's just purely for entertainment purposes, so please, you know, always do your own research if you invest. But I'm just going to show you what I think is going to happen if you invest $1,000 right now into Saitama, with everything that's going to happen and all these new announcements and big things, okay, because this is very exciting for anyone who's a holder. I think this is on everyone's minds, right? So what's going to happen if you put $1,000 right now in the next 2 weeks? And again, this is what I think, right? So let's take a look at the facts. First things first, we've in the last 24 hours we've gone up roughly about 40%. We went from 0.3 up to 0.5, roughly about a 40% increase, okay? Obviously it's showing 6% because obviously the reflections. And we've also seen, you know, a maintained, obviously the other days have dropped off as well. But we saw about a 40% increase in Saitama in the last 24 to 48 hours with this massive jump here. Okay, and, you know, the whole market was down, so it wasn't just, you know, a market pump. It was, everything was down, but Saitama managed to just jump through there. Okay, but like I said, what if you put $1,000 into it right now? Well, let's take a look at the price right now and put it into a calculator, okay? So if we put this into a calculator, now put it this way, guys, we've jumped up a massive amount so far. We've really dropped off zeros already. We've dropped off 2 or 3 zeros already, okay? And I think dropping off one more zero is inevitable. And here's why, okay? Because in the last 24 hours, we've obviously grown 40%. But this is without any major thing, guys. We all know Saitama is due to be listed onto Binance, potentially, and Coinbase, potentially, right? That in itself will obviously knock this price up on its own. But the biggest elephant in the room, which you all know, is Saitama. Saitama is their own exchange. Saitama's making their own exchange where you can purchase Saitama and various other tokens for a very low gas fee, which is going to compete with MetaMask, Uniswap, and all of that. And that is ultimately going to increase Saitama's price as a company, as an LLC, and it's going to take this through the roof, okay? It really takes it mainstream, I think, even more than it already is. And as we already know, that obviously the audit is now on 95%. Yesterday, it was only on 92%. The CEO has just confirmed it's now on 95%, meaning we're nearly there, and this release is going to be very, very soon. Inside of that Saitama, the first launch, the first, obviously, phase, we're going to see these current cryptos involved. So we're going to see inside Luffy, Deku, Kishimoto, Shinja, Wafer, Lily Finance, Impact XP, and a few other ones which are going to be announced as well. So these ones alone we're going to see, which those alone is going to be amazing to help out, obviously, Saitama. And as you guys probably are aware, Shinja, which is also Shibnobi, the same thing basically, in the last 30 days had gone up 3,000%. Obviously, the graph shows a bit different here because obviously, again, it's averaging out, but it was at 3,000% in the last 30 days, which means that is really, really powerful for, obviously, to be part of Saitama and get involved in Saitama, right? Because they're going to be listed and they're going to be able to, obviously, inside of Saitama to be able to obviously purchase Shibnobi. So what are you going to get if you put $1,000 in? Well, with all that being said, with all this information coming out, you know, we've got a bunch of cryptos being involved inside, obviously, the Saitama, which are already blown up themselves, massive corporations. What are you going to get if you put $1,000 in? Well, let's take a look at our calculator here. An $1,000 investment at the current price, obviously, of 0.000005, and we've already knocked off a zero. I think it's inevitable for us to knock off a zero. I really think that's inevitable. And if that was to happen, you'd see a $8,700 return on just $1,000. But I don't think it's stopping there. I think realistically speaking, if we can knock off where we have already 2 or 3 zeros we've already done since obviously the launch of this coin and the company, right? We've already knocked off a few zeros already. I think it's inevitable to drop. I think 2 zeros could be an option here. And again, I'm not saying this is going to happen within the 2-week period. I personally think within 2 weeks, 14 days, or even less, we will see us get to that next zero. I really think that zero will drop, and I think the proof is there. I mean, you can look at Saitama and stuff. They already said they're releasing Saitama in their initial plan before the end of 2021 ends. So you can see right there, the release. We know what's inside. So I think knocking off that zero, you know, is going to happen. Again, we've already went up another point from 0.3 to 0.45 in quite literally a day from just, growth of Saitama without anything happening. So when things do actually happen and Saitama gets released and all that good various stuff, I think it's inevitable for us to really see that zero disappear. And with that zero disappearing, you can see it'll be an 8,000 return. But I think as Saitama progresses, as more exchanges come in, we get listed on potentially Binance and Coinbase, another zero could drop off. And that's when things start getting really serious. Things start getting really, really, really big. And as you can see right here, we can see a $96,000 return. So on an initial investment of $1,000, basically 100 times extra investment. So that is quite big, as you guys know. 100 times on your investment is quite large considering where we are right now. So again, $100,000 could be the return on $1,000. And I think the next 14 days are important because, again, if you look at obviously where we are right now, we've got roughly about 12 days left of the year, and obviously the remaining 2 into the new year. I think it's going to be the launch of things. So yeah, the next 14 days I think is very powerful. It's going to be very, very big for Saitama. I'm putting $1,000 in now, and again, this is not me telling you to do it. This is just me telling you what could happen. Again, I'm not a financial advisor. I'm not claiming to be a financial advisor in any way. I'm just giving you my thoughts and opinions, my 2 cents, should we say. But I think if you was to invest $1,000 and the plan was to happen and we used to knock those 2 zeros off within the first quarter of 2022, I think we could see some. I do personally think we could see some returns like that. So that's what I think, guys. That's what my opinion is on the situation. We'd love to know your guys' thoughts, so please do comment down below. Obviously we try and post every day covering all the latest news on Saitama and all that great stuff. So if you could subscribe, we'd really appreciate that as well. But yeah, guys, thank you very much for watching. We hope you all have a wonderful day, and we'll see you guys in the next video.